Let's move on to topic 2. What is there to Odyssey in space? So right off the bat, we know there's pretty planet tech. We know there's a different hyperjump animation. We know there's different rendering of the Super Cruise ship, that whole lens flare thing that looks chef kiss. It looks amazing. We know there's prettier ships and objects, everything in the galaxy that is a physical object, whether it be a ship or a station or a building or an anything, is prettier because of the PBR, the physical base rendering upgrades that they did to the rendering engine. But is there anything else? Frontier has said that they have held stuff back to wow us upon launch. Could there be comets, asteroids, rogue planets, rogue stars, something in the system belts? Every system has that belt. Well, not every system, but many systems has that belt now to be clear, just to give an explanation, I'm not talking about the ones that are around a planet. I'm talking about just the little line of rocks on the system map that's between the star and normally where the planets start. Like there could be something there, something that makes it useful or worthwhile or relevant at all. New mission types, dredgers. One was already found with the Hesperus. What if they're, obviously, so they've reintroduced it. That was the thing that was in the alpha of Elite Vanilla, but never made it to the live game launch until the Hesperus event. There could be no POIs, a continuation of several of the storylines, either the Raxla storyline or Black Flight or INRA or Project Thunderchild, so many things. New permits, a continuation of the Thargoid or Guardian storyline. I personally believe for sure on May 19th, there's going to be something new at Thargoid or Guardian sites. Now, it might only be just, there's a place where you can open a door, you cut a panel, you open a door, it goes into a small room, and there's just like a little teaser of what's to come. I don't think there's going to be a lot, but I think there's going to be at least a teaser of something to come. What else? What did I not think of? What are you excited about? And I want to play one asset here. Control, go ahead and queue up asset number 5. Art said on a stream with the pilot not even a month ago, there will be no new ships on Odyssey launch.
Two-parter. Are we going to get new ships soon? And if so, will you let me introduce them?
So in answer to the first question, there are no plans at the moment for new ships. That's all I can say on that at the moment. Can you introduce them? You can introduce them. Whether it will be the first time introduced, I don't know, but you can definitely do a spotlight, I'm sure.
They've already stated to the content creators group, no new SRVs at launch, but watch this space because soon after, maybe something soon, but not at launch. So I ran through my list, tweak this time. What do you think? What do you want in space for Odyssey?
I really don't know, to be honest with you. I've been pondering this, and actually I've been pondering this since a show we did months back with WK Jez, and I really think space is pretty well set as it is. I mean, we know we got better looking ships, like you said. There's better, the explosions look better, the hyperspace jump looks better. I'm assuming that the asteroid fields and all of that kind of stuff will all look better. So to me, it's a graphical update more than anything else. I'm not convinced. I have heard nothing that's going to tell me we're going to get new missions other than the Odyssey missions.
Yeah.
And to your point, I agree with the Guardian stuff. Going to the Guardian sites, that you might be able to do some different things there. I don't know if FDev would do that May 19th when a good portion of their player base can't partake in it. They may hold that kind of stuff back until the console release.
Let me change the question then for you. We'll say Odyssey full launch, meaning Odyssey launched on all platforms. What are you expecting? What are you hoping for? Go. In space, not on foot.
I'm hoping for some bad guys to shoot at more than just the random pirates. I'm hoping whether it's the Thargoids or something else. I'm hoping that, as you said, the Guardian ruins, the Thargoid bases, I'm hoping there's something to those. I also think that if they don't do this, they're missing a huge opportunity, but the abandoned settlements with those buildings like at Dav's Hope and in the various places like that, there's some real opportunity for some interesting gameplay on foot inside those buildings that I hope they haven't overlooked.
Okay, Astro.
So the main thing compared to the alpha that I hope is that they are gonna give, I know they have, we saw it with the stream with K-Ross, that they're gonna give the rendering a bit of an extra pass. I know a lot of people does not agree with this, but I personally think it was the lighting in the alpha was too dark.
Yep, I agree.
And a lot of people like the dark, the more realistic, and I can definitely see that point. It's a very valid point. What I was kind of missing is that, you know, if you're out exploring and you just see the nebulas move around, and I mean, if they're gonna do those as physical correct as they can, we're not gonna be able to see those nebulas because they're gonna be too dim. They're gonna be so faint. You know, they're just gonna be a black sky with white dots on it. We're not gonna have the different colors of stars as we have today. Space is going to look a lot more, well, black and white when we're flying around. And I think that's a shame, because I really like that when you're out exploring, you see the colors of the star change and you see the nebulas get bigger as you move close and that kind of thing.
Honestly, I love the blacker black dark of Odyssey Alpha for on foot, because it gives the whole running around with the flashlight of much more scary fucking like, oh, what's going to be just outside of my range of vision, hairs on the back of your neck standing up feel. But in space, I like the Horizon model a little bit better of the whole, like, I can see things better because, as you just said, it adds to your ability to appreciate things in space.
Space is beautiful the way it is right now in Horizons. To make it darker and harder to see, I don't think that's an improvement. I would add one more thing that I'm hoping comes with Odyssey, whether the full release, is I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of exploring, mainly because alls I know I'm going to find out there are pretty sights. And now, mind you, they're beautiful. There's very cool things to see out there. Don't get me wrong. But I don't feel like there's any real assets to find or interact with. And I'm hoping that changes with the update coming.
Right on. Astro, your final thoughts on what you want from Odyssey in space before we...
No, I think mainly just to... I mean, I don't expect a lot to change on the space side of Elite with Odyssey. This is mainly an on-foot thing. And I don't think, as you said, I don't think we're going to see new ships coming, not even with the console launch, but mainly I think just maybe, at least in the cockpits, maybe give us a little bit extra light so we can actually see the dashboard. That would be fine, and not just the holograms.
If they were to just to throw in as like surprise comets, oh, I would be so happy. I don't care even if you can't mine them, just as a beautiful representation of the real galaxy. And I'm throwing this out to you, DJ Wiley, Space Hero. I know that that's your big thing that you're always harping on, and I agree with you. It would be so beautiful.